Hey guys, Ben Uyama here. If you are looking for a change of mindset and mind frame and perspective to kind of quit porn for good, and if you've ever wondered if it's possible to just turn it off and just go cold turkey and quit porn for the rest of your life, then you're gonna wanna watch this video. Okay, so this is a mental exercise that you can use, that I use with guys when I'm getting on a call with them and we're starting to mentor and get involved in the program. And I ask them, okay, first of all, why do you wanna quit porn at this time, right? Which is a good question. And it allows people, first of all, to kind of deconstruct what their motivation is, why they want to do this thing. Because many times, to be honest, people want to quit porn for some idea or some kind of future benefit, but they're not really seeing how it's impacting them right now. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like, I want to quit porn for my future wife, or for my future children, or so that I can have a bright future, and so that, et cetera, et cetera. And they're not thinking in the present, like, how is this actually affecting me and bringing me and tearing me down right now in my life? And so I ask them that, and then I say, okay, that's great, but how is it affecting you right now? And then they start to get really emotional, right? And you know this. And then they start to get very fearful. And I ask them, like, okay, how does it feel to have this habit in your life? And they're like, well, I have a lot of shame. It's tormenting me. It's dragging me down. I lose energy, focus, and I'm constantly up and down with my emotional state. And I wish I could just stop being up and down and just have a high energy level all the time. And then I'm like, okay, so what would it feel like for you not to have this in your life anymore? And then their eyes glow up and they go, you know what? I would just have a lot more energy. I would just have more confidence. I would finally have integrity and actually be the man that I want to be and the man that I pretend to be, without this dark cloud of hypocrisy and shadows in my life. So this is a really helpful exercise. And then I tell them this, okay? This is the mental exercise I want you guys to go through right now when you're watching this. I tell them, why don't you stop then? Just stop. Like, why the hell can't you just stop watching porn right now? Why not? And then you watch and listen to the internal dialogue that you have when I say that. And I watch and I listen to them and I say, why can't you just stop right now? And they think and they go, well, and then all the justifications come in. Well, it's taking me a long time to build up this habit, to come to this place. And so therefore, it's going to take a long time for me to give it up, because I need time to heal my brain and to recover and all that. And I go, yeah, you will need time to recover and heal. But why does that mean that you need to keep porn in your life in order to recover? Do you see what's going on here? And then they realize, oh, you know what? I actually don't need the habit in order to heal and recover. Yes, your brain has been trained to want the instant gratification of the simple thing of watching porn and masturbating, right? That is a dependency that you've developed because there's a root cause issue that's causing you to go to porn. If you address the root cause issue, then you won't have this uncontrollable desire to do PMO, right? So when I ask you that question, why can't you just effing stop right now? And this is the last video that you ever watch about PMO and you just don't think about it anymore, right? Why not? And then when I ask you that, I want you to tell me with conviction why you believe that you can't just quit today, right now. With conviction, tell me that. And if you can't tell me with conviction that you need PMO for some reason, or it's gonna take a long time to give it up, or you're just so aroused, it's so special, you're some special snowflake that you just can't just give it up, why not? Have if anytime you have a belief like, oh, I can't do something, I can't do it, the best thing you can ask yourself is, why not? Why can't I be the guy that does that? Because if someone else has done it, think about that for a second. If someone else has done it, why can't you? If someone else less smart than you, less talented than you, younger than you, or older than you, or more severe than you has beaten it in one day, why can't you? Guys, I can tell you with confidence that I'm a guy that was very, very, very much addicted for a very, very long time, most of my life. In fact, even after I was married, even after having kids. And I had all these beliefs that, like, oh, I can't quit this thing. I'm just gonna be the guy that always goes back to it. I'll go a little bit, maybe a few months, and then I'm just gonna always go back to it. And it's gonna take a long time to wean off this thing. And then one day, it just changed. Everything changed. It was literally just one day, and I promise you, and I can actually remember the mental process I went through to get there. I asked myself, do I need this? And I asked myself, like, why can't I just give it up today? Why can't I? And be honest with yourself and listen to your internal dialogue when you say that. Why can't I just give it up today? Why not? If it's what you want, if what you want is to be a man of integrity, if what you want is to be free from this thing, then why can't you just give it up today? Just stop. Just do it. Just do it. All right, guys? So I hope this is helpful for you guys. It's a mental framework that you can go through. And I remember specifically the time that I quit was like, I asked myself, honestly, what value do I think this habit is adding to my life? Like, because as long as you have the habit, there is some kind of benefit and cost benefit analysis that's going on in your brain. Like there's a certain level of cost and there's a certain level of benefit, like pros and cons. And that dynamic is always happening in your brain constantly, especially when you're really like struggling and triggered. But when you realize that there are actually no benefits, like there are only costs, there's only downside, and there's actually zero upside to keeping the habit. And when you understand that logically and reason with yourself, then it's like, oh, like I thought that it was stress relief. I thought that it was arousal relief because I was just an above average aroused guy. And then I was like, actually, PMO is making me more aroused. Like it's making me more of this aroused person because I've desensitized myself to natural arousal and sexual intimacy to the point that I need certain types of like very specific types of content just to be aroused. And I was like, actually, it's making me more aroused because I'm just spiking, like aroused, not aroused, aroused, not aroused. And I'm spiking my stress, stress, not stress, stress, not stress. And every time I was stressed, I would use PMO to alleviate the stress. And I was like, actually, this is making me more stressed out. And there's zero upside and only downside. And hope you can remember that and take that for the rest of your life to your grave. Okay, love you guys. I'll see you in the next video. See ya.